Rain here, the GSL Code S Colin Wolf.
Innovation versus Hero.
Starting to the bottom of the map. In red, we have Innovation down one map in this best of 3 series in the losers match at the GSL Code S already against his Protoss opponent. We're starting to the top of the heavy rain in red, in blue. It is Hero for Gigantus, and if he wins another map, then Innovation is in Code B, and Hero has another shot of going to Code S, going up against Stalk in the consolation match.
I'd like to see Hero do the parting blink build on this map. Blink off of 2 base, force Innovation to be defensive again. Oh, well, we're not even going to get to that point, as Innovation is putting a proxy down at 11.
You know, if you pick Heavy Rain against the Protoss opponent, you have to have some kind of build in mind, and that is what Innovation does here.
I don't know how much I like this, though. This is the Reaper build on 11. It looks like, unless he's going to proxy like a factory here, which would be even weirder. Like,
I don't think so. You know, the thing that actually impressed me about the last game quite a bit was when Hero started that attack and he had the storm and everything coming in. As soon as that was over, the Observer jumped back into the base and they were already Colossa waiting with range just ready to go. And just this transition and this perfect timing for Hero. And he seemed to have control of the map the entire time. And I guess Innovation with this aggressive build tries to take exactly that away from Hero, control of the game, trying to force Hero to play his style. And it is a gamble. It is really a big gamble. If Innovation runs into a wall and Hero is ready for what's going on right now, and Innovation drops down to Code B without wingling a single map today. But if he's able to pull that off, then he can keep Hero guessing for game number 3.
The only player I've ever seen in Heart of the Swarm have success with Reapers in TVP to where it was like, wow, he crushed it, that looked excellent for him, was Gumiho. And he played basically this exact same build. First Reaper is on the way out, and with the second barracks, he can just keep making Reapers. He cannot lose any of them, though. He cannot, and the Mothership Core is already going to be out before the first Reaper really can get in there and do anything to him. It's not going to be about the first Reaper, though. It's going to be actually about the third Reaper and possibly the fourth Reaper. He's not mining any more gas, though. So he's just going to go into 2 Reapers and then make a CC. It's a different way to do it. It's basically the Reactor Reaper 2 Reaper expand with a proxy barracks so we get the Reaper there faster. That's basically what we're seeing here. And the Mothership Core is away, so he's...
Oh my god! That's close. The Mothership Core is away because he sends it down to the bottom right immediately and wants to do damage there. That's why we see the second barracks that Innovation is building, because he needs a few Marines to just fend that Mothership Core off. But that Reaper, the first one, that nearly died. And if that Reaper goes down, then he is in a lot more trouble. But now we have the Stalker in there, and you know, he only killed a single SCB so far.
Yeah, if you think about it, it feels like this build is kind of like... It's kind of like the Reactor Reaper expand, because he gets 2 Reapers out, and then he has the Command Center going up. He has a Marine at home. He has double Marine production, not together, but he does have double Marine production. And he's actually going to lose both of these, I think. Not quite. Gets the SCV instead.
Wow, 15 points, gets an SCV and kills 2 Marines. That's what he could do so far. He did more damage than Innovation did.
It's true. Innovation has a safe Command Center now, but is that really worth the gas they spent and the time he's going to lose at his barracks that will have to float? If he doesn't float it, then he's asking for trouble, and there he is, floating the barracks now. I don't know if he gets the return on investment that he wants. He has a lot of scouting information with this. He can identify what build Hero's going for, and it is going to be just a Forge build this time.
Yeah, and we also have Innovation. I mean, his Command Center is done right now, so he has the Tech Lab, wants to go into Stim. The Reaper's still active on the map, trying to snipe units somewhere. With the Command Center, the Nexus is now done at the Natural. He has, of course, hopes that he can just bounce between the 2 mineral lines and maybe pick off another probe or 2. But so far, Hero has done a great job with his micro to just fend this off. To the right side, the Mothership Core was just sniped on the other hand, and that was a big win. Hero tried to get that back to the main base, didn't use a recall there. Or actually, maybe he recalled back to his base, but if not for that, it disappeared, so it might have killed it.
I think he did.
He rebuilt it, so he lost it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the Marines are going to be there for possible defense against Oracles anyways, and he just tried to get it out. And he knew that, like, if he recalled, then he'd have a Mothership Core at home with no energy that has low hit points, so he might as well just make a new one.
I think he also didn't have enough energy for that just yet, because he used the Time Warp earlier to work against the Marines.
It would have taken much too long. So he just tries to save it to save time, and he's like, if I lose it, whatever, I'm going to get a new one with full hit points. Better energy anyways.
So here comes the Twilight Council again.
Yeah, this is...
Same tech tree for Hero once more.
I don't think he's going to get Blink with this, though. I think he's actually just going to go into Charge. I mean, if he gets Blink, it's going to be for defense,
Charge, Twilight Council, it's definitely something that he can go for here. It's a little bit different, but it's the same tech tree. His Storms were great, and that opened up the game for him in the first match too. And then later the Colossus transition really did wonders for him. But now he's already researching the +1 armor upgrade, so that really would work well with the Charge upgrade, with an early Charge upgrade, and then the Templar Archive for the Archons.
Yeah. A little bit of a poke here with the Stalkers, just making sure there's a bunker. If there's not, he's going to fight a little bit. Twilight Council is done, and it goes right into the Templar Archives ASAP. And we'll probably see the Charge upgrade start as soon as 200 and 200 is on the resource tab. This Reaper is so persistent in scouting, but never able to get in and see what he wants. Always escaping, though. Really important to note.
He's getting away, and he could have actually just went straight into the mineral line. That's something he could have done. Didn't do it, though. He didn't know that the rest of the units were just turning around. And here is, of course, the Charge upgrade that we already talked about. In regards to the Harvest account, the Protoss player is, as he should, ahead, since we have the extra mules to make up for the difference. And Marines are crossing the map right now. That small Bioforce that always goes in for a poke, tries to maybe snipe 1 or 2 Stalkers if he can. He sees them with the Reaper. He knows exactly where they are positioned, so if he's able to blindside them, he could get a shot there. If not, he's just going to try and bait out the Photonova Charge with the Mothership Core before he falls back.
Oh, if he can get these rocks. Oh, I don't know how close they are. We don't know. He could have delayed this push so much. But as it is, he's not going to be able to. Storm is a long way away, and I don't know how many units he has. He's got barely any. The Overcharge is going to help out. There's no Medivacs here. He needs Force Shields to be perfect. I don't know how many. I think he's probably got 2, maybe 3 on that Sentry.
Yeah, Innovation is just baiting.
He's not even going to commit. But here's the Medivacs. They're going to allow him to go into the main base with a pretty large Bioforce.
Yeah, and at the same time we have more and more gateways now being added for Heroes. So he's trying to get his production going now that Charge is nearly completed and Storm is on the way. Time for the Medivac power. They are heading into the main base right away. There's already a forward pylon spotting that. Actually, it's a Stalker. It's a dead Stalker.
Dead Stalker. It was a Stalker.
Yeah, now it's a piece of metal on the ground. Well, here we go. Storm isn't done yet. There we go. Well, it's actually done, but it doesn't have the energy. We have a feedback going down, but those 2 High Templars, losing them is a big deal.
Yeah, that's kind of expensive for him. They have an understatement there, I guess. But look at the supplies. Innovation is destroying him. He's even in Harvesters. And tech-wise, I wouldn't even say Hero has a big lead because he lost his Templar. Losing those Templar means he doesn't have Storms. He needs more time.
Yeah. Needs a lot more time than that, and once again that Bio Army is moving in, and keep in mind that Sim can do so much. Here comes that Photonova Charge. He's still stepping back, thinking for a second about moving in again, but I guess against the Photonova Charge really making that work. Oh, it's tricky. Oh my god, that was a clutch cancel. Do you think you could have saved that? The SCV was dead, right?
The SCV was dead. Yeah. He had a second SCV nearby, but yeah, I think he had to cancel there.
Without the SCV, he's definitely not able to.
Like, one more swipe would have actually killed it. That was the best cancel he could have gotten, I think.
Now, if there's an SCV building it and just getting more hit points onto the structure, then it's a different matter. But as is, without an SCV, if that was already killed by those 2 Zealots, then of course there's no way to save the command center. He has to cancel. +3 armor already on the way.
Yeah, +3 armor, and he's really rushed that out. That's one thing he does have, tech-wise, over Innovation. Just this rush to the armor. Innovation has this massive army, and without a ton of Storms, he's going to be caught in his main base. I think his third base is going to be impossible until he can feel comfortable enough to walk out against this massive Bioforce. And this group of units is going to have to get out of here. The Stalker wants to leave right away, but Zealots fight a little bit here. He needs to buy time to get those Templar over. Already a split on Innovation's units. A forces cancel again, though. This is really important for Hero.
But the Nexus is being attacked. Another Photonova Charge was baited out there. In the main base, we still have that drop going strong. He's moving in again, and now he can maybe even snipe that Nexus. Not quite. Another Photonova Charge being used. The High Templars already on the move, but really keeping the shields low. And if he gets another chance a little bit later, he might be able to complete the lead.
Forcing the cancel on that Command Center twice is what keeps Hero in this game. He's still down in economy. And his tech is going to catch up with Innovation pretty soon, but still, Innovation has to keep attacking and making sure that this base never goes up. There's never a third base for Hero. Eventually take his own third and start dealing with the tech. Upgrade-wise, he has a second eBay being added right now. I do not know if he has the armor. Okay, he clearly does because he starts +2 right as I asked that question to myself. But upgrade-wise, he needs to get those double upgrades going. He cannot skip a beat on that because if he does, then things are going to get worse and worse for him upgrade-wise, and you never want to fight the 3-3 army when you're at 1-1 or even 2-2, for that matter.
Innovation now, the command center building it on the high ground, at least is sure that he will get that third CC. But he has the job in his opponent's main base, in the mineral line actually, and he's going straight for that Nexus, and this time he might actually get it. He's sacrificing units here, but he will be able to snipe it. Well done, but at the same time the Storm drop once again. Warp Prism gets away here, so a lot of damage done. Innovation dropping down to 36 Harvesters against 41.
I would have liked to get that medevac. Losing the Nexus here, a huge chunk of damage done to him because he's on one base now, essentially. One mining base. This third base is not completed. Vikings are on the chase on that Warp Prism. He identifies where it is, but he's not able to kill it. Worker count got better for Hero in total, but still, if you're even in workers, you're not in a good place because that mule. And he hasn't even remade his Nexus. He doesn't have enough money to do that. He's making only Archons right now. He might actually just go for an attack. I could see this.
We have him +3 armor, and that's a bit of an edge that he has there, as only 1-1 is completed for Innovation, but the Talon player is on his way to get +2/+2. A few of his units get caught out on the map on the other hand, and that's unfortunate. The same happens to quite a lot of probes here. Oh my god.
Down to
Hero's harvest account is getting demolished here. He kind of has to win it with his army now.
I hope he has a Warp Prism here, and he does, but he cannot lose it.
Yeah, he has a lot of resources that he can use for another round of Warp-ins, and he has to do that.
But I'm not sure if he can actually kill his opponent's buildings. Did he get any probes out? I think there's 3 probes on the left side of the map. Meanwhile, all the Harvesters of Innovation are dying here back at home. A great storm on those SCVs. So many of them going down.
Yeah, and now we have the army supply is still very much the same, but we have so many structures already being sniped by Innovation to the top left. There's not a whole lot that that Hero can do about that. This is a base race, and who's going to win that? It looks a little bit like the Terror player might be able to maybe fly a few buildings away. This is actually one of those scenarios, but this is going to be an important factor.
Yeah, this definitely is. There's not enough money to rebuild a Nexus, so there will be no more Nexi in this game. And if he doesn't actually kill his command center right now, which he storms, which isn't going to be helpful, and Innovation can even make another command center, so he can only hope for a tie, I guess. There's
oh, he's even using the Warp Prism right now to chase down the command center. He knows exactly that he has to kill that. His game could get a little bit crazy here. Top left, everything is going to die, and we have 270 minerals left for Hero, who still has probes on the map. Can build a couple of pylons there, and also, of course, then take a couple of gases if he wants to.
If he doesn't kill these buildings, Kelder, before they get to the edge of the map, where there's a dead space, he cannot win the game. Hero. Doesn't mean he's just going to lose it. Or it doesn't mean Innovation's going to lose it, but it means that he cannot win.
I'm very surprised that he tries to fly them to the top left. Why not simply to the bottom right?
I don't know if he realizes, actually, that that there's no way for him to win the game otherwise.
I mean, right now,
he wants to keep him near his army, I guess.
They're going to escape, but he could have just moved them to the bottom right. That would have been all that he needed to do there.
Okay, so
we have 50 army supply for the Protoss player, 43 for the Terran. And there's another command center being built that was not spotted just yet, so time is working in Innovation's favor. Hero cannot just sit tight and wait.
He just needs to make sure that he keeps one of his buildings to the top left. Pick the least valuable one, which I guess in this case would be a factory if he has it. Just keep it up at the top left.
Well, the thing is, as long as Innovation knows that there's no additional base for Hero, he can just sit on the high ground, control the choke point, aka the ramp, and make sure that that Warp Prism doesn't get units. And if he does that, he's going to win the game eventually.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, keeping one building at the top left is like only an insurance policy, really. But with the wall he makes with his 3 barracks, I like that choice actually even better, because there's no way that the Pross can actually break up here. Well, you know,
no way.
He tries with storms.
Yeah, but that is going to buy you some time, but you cannot move in there.
He needs to make sure he does not lose those Archons.
There are 9 Medivacs, and that's too much. And this is a lot. This is a production structure. So the only thing that he needs to do, he can actually build units as soon as he starts mining again. And that's something that Hero knows. He needs to win the game right now. He needs to go in, take down one of those barracks, break through, and win the game right here. He's dropping an overall supply already. He has a 32 army supply, but he broke through it. Now maybe can make it work.
He can actually still win this game. He can actually still win this game.
The Storm is good. He can win it.
He can win it if he kills that. If he kills that command center before it flies away, or any of the barracks. Oh, this is so close. There's so much healing on the medivacs. He needs to target those Immortals on the Marauders.
No, Hero is losing this. Innovation has too much. He takes down the army in this game. This is game now. He does not have enough anymore. The medivacs are there for the heal. GG. Innovation wins his first game today, his first map, and brings us into game number 3 between him and Hero.
That was scary, man. One more storm, just one more storm could have actually caused that game to go into, you know, in Hero's favor for a moment. Excuse me. I really thought that, you know, the choice to put the barracks down was a bold one. That was basically Innovation saying, I'm going to hold this no matter what. There's a shot of Sella coming here to support Innovation. But I was really concerned at the last second there. I was like, well, has he cost himself the game because he didn't lift a barracks up? But he did barely hold. That was really close.
Yeah, he definitely was.
I mean, he had the better position, no question about that. But still, Hero, very diligent. I mean, even lifting Stalkers and dropping them in the Warp Prism, he was trying so hard to stop Innovation from getting away. That was a crazy awesome game.
Yeah, and you can actually see the reason why he floated them to the top left was because he wanted that wall. It was not for him just to being like, alright, the worst case scenario for me is a tie if I hide a building, but if I put up the wall up there with the buildings that I have, I can force him to engage into a spot where he's going to lose the first few units and then I get a bigger edge into the main fight that we're eventually going to have. Yeah. But once those bases went down, Hero could have not won the game anymore. He could have forced a tie, but there was no victory in sight for him.
Yunsu is the final map. Anything could happen here. We've seen Blink Stalker, we've seen late game. Whoever wins this will advance to our consolation match. The loser drops to Code B. Innovation up against Hero. This is the GSL Code A.